What is up, my beautiful people? It's your girl Tiana Denise, and I am on here with another video, guys. Today's video is actually just a video of me coming on here talking about the services that this AAmco transmission place on South Lamar in Austin, Texas has provided to y'all girl, right? So I'm gonna say, before I get into the video, for those who haven't subscribed to your girl channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Also, give your girl a like if y'all like the content that I'm putting out. And also leave your comments down below. Let your girl know what you thinking about these videos. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video. So, a couple of weeks ago, y'all, my truck broke, right? My transmission went out on my truck. So, needless to say, my husband had got a referral to AAmco, right? So, we decided that we're going to go ahead and have the truck towed over here to AAmco. Did that. People called my husband, told my husband what the problem was, basically told him they were going to need half of the price, however much it came to. They needed half of that money. This is the first thing that happened. They needed half of that money to even get started on the truck. So my husband paid half of that money, right? So then when my husband comes to pick up the truck on July the 18th, they charge him like an extra $800 on top of what the remaining balance was that he supposedly owed, right? So I'm just gonna give an example. Say they charge $5,000 for the transmission, to rebuild the transmission, right? Well, what they did, they took the first $2,500 to start on the vehicle. The next thing they did after, like I said, so they got started, they kept the vehicle for 2 weeks. I had to get a rental car. So pay a rental car for 2 weeks. Y'all know that ain't cheap, right? So then when he comes to pick up the car on the 18th, and he thinking that he just gonna have the remaining balance, which would be $2,500, because they said it was going to, they needed half of the total price to even start working on the car, right? So he thinking he gonna come in here and pay this last little $2,500, and that's gonna be it. That's done. Let's get the car. Let's go. Now, what they did, they charged an extra on top of the $2,500. They charged an extra like $800 or $900 on top of that, right? So that was the $2,500 plus the $800 or whatever, right? So my husband and them wind up getting into it, back and forth, back and forth. Now, mind you, the place, first of all, tell you they close at 6 o'clock. Okay. So when my husband talked to him on that 18th, on that day, the guy told my husband that they close at 6. So we on our way to come down here to get the car at about 5:15. They already calling my husband on the phone like, where you at? You know, we closed and all this. And my husband tells him, well, the guy on the phone told me that y'all stay open until 6, and I'm on my way. I'm not even 10 minutes away from you, right? So they go on to tell him, well, they closed down the bays and all this stuff. Okay, that's fine. Y'all can shut down the bays so no other cars come in, but the front office should hold true to what time they close. If they close at 6, they need to close at 6. Some people don't get off work until 5 and having to find rides to come over here and pick up their stuff, right? So, okay, so we get down here. Once they charge him that extra $800, $900, my husband goes off. They go back and forth. The dude got his son in there, and they going back and forth, and words are being exchanged, and it's a whole mess. And they basically telling my husband, you pay the money, and because it was so close to closing time, they were like, we can't reopen the register, we can't do all this, we'll get back with you on tomorrow. Now, y'all, that was on the 18th. Today, the 25th. Them people still hadn't called my husband to this day. From that day, from on the 18th when we came to pick up the car. So, all that's dead. We get on to the house. My husband is furious. He talking noise the whole way home, the next day, all of this, right? So that's on the 18th. So when we picked up the truck. So I drove it, and it was after 5. We probably got the truck about 5:40 once, because my husband was in there for over 30 minutes, 45 minutes going back and forth with them. So by the time we leave from here, it's already almost 6 o'clock. So needless to say, I go take care of some other business, in my truck, driving fine, right? So on Tuesday, which would have been on the 20th, excuse me, I'm driving and I hear a noise. And so I continue to drive or whatever. And then once I make it to the house, y'all, I get to the house, and how about my husband tries to put it in reverse because we're too close to his truck in the driveway, right? And I can't get out. So I'm telling him, babe, we too close. I need you to back out so I can get out. Now, mind you, we had already heard this noise while we were out running errands. So when we get to the house, and I already had put the car in park, but I need him to back out so I can get out. So he tries to back out. How about my damn car wouldn't move? It wouldn't go in gear. It wouldn't shift. It wouldn't do nothing. Okay. So mind you, it's after hours. So they not open. You know, they supposed to be closed at 6, but they closed down at 5, 5:30, whatever time. So we can't even call them, right? So the next day, which is that Wednesday, my husband gets up. He calls me at 8 something in the morning, and he's asking them for a rental car. Because mind you, we had just paid for a rental car for 2 weeks while our truck was in the shop, right? And y'all know that stuff ain't cheap. What they think? But anyway, so we go on. So they tell him, nah, we don't do that. Woo, woo, woo. Now, mind you, the first time we had to have our truck towed here, I went through my insurance because I have full coverage. So they came and towed it from my house. So this time, I felt like I shouldn't have to pay somebody to come tow my truck again, and I shouldn't have to use my insurance because y'all, AAmco, was supposed to have fixed my truck. So they don't want to give me no rental car, but what they did do, they sent somebody out there to come pick up my truck on that Wednesday, right? Okay, so Wednesday goes by. I'm struggling, having to find a ride, having to do all, borrow cars and do all this, right? So they call my husband the next day on Thursday and tells him that the truck is ready, that something had came loose, and so that's why it wasn't working. Okay. So driving the car Thursday, we done came back, picked up the car on Thursday. We done drove it Thursday. We done drove it Friday. We done drove it Saturday. Guess what, y'all? Sunday morning, we done got up. We go to church. We come home. We getting ready to go out to eat with the family. We get in the car, put it in reverse. It reversed the gear shift. But my husband sees this red stuff in our driveway. So he throws the car in park. He get out and he take a picture. Guess what it is, y'all? Huh? What'd y'all say? Transmission fluid? Okay, yep, y'all was right. Ding, ding, ding. You're right. So, needless to say, this is on Sunday. So guess who's closed? AAmco's not open. Okay, so needless to say, I'm riding around with leaking transmission fluid. So now, here it is, July the 25th. And I'm back up here at AAmco. Back up here at AAmco because my transmission fluid is leaking. So when I called them this morning, my husband called them first. And because they've been getting into it so much, I decide I'm gonna be the person that I'm gonna call. I have more of a level head, so I'm gonna be the one to call. So I calls and I speaks to this guy named John, right? Let me tell you what John said. So I tell John, I said, yeah, I'm calling about the 28. I'm Tiana Bills, Henry Bills' wife, and I'm calling about my 2018 Tahoe truck that's been back and forth to your shop, right? And I said, I'm not sure if my husband has already called you this morning. I said, and he said, yeah, he had called. And so I said, well, what did we come up with? What's going on with my truck, right? So John goes on to explain what had happened, that he won't know what's wrong with the truck until we bring it in. Okay, that's all fair, but he kind of got a little smart attitude on the phone, right? Because he had to remind me that he don't know what it is, because he can't tell over the phone, right? Just a little sarcastic. That's how he's been with my husband. That's why my husband snapped on him, right? So, okay. So then John goes on to tell me what was wrong with the vehicle, and that maybe when they do your transmission, they fill up the transmission, right, with transmission fluid. So he's saying what it could be, it might not be a leak, that it might just be that the car, as he called it, burping, like it's burping up the excess transmission fluid that they put in the car, right? But you would think, and he said that can do it a couple of weeks after the transmission has been fixed, right? So I go on to tell him, okay, I understand that. I said, but this has been such an inconvenience for me, because, okay, the first time when my transmission went out, it went out on its own, and we had to have it towed there for y'all to fix it. Okay, it was in y'all shop for 2 weeks. So we thinking that's fixed, right? You've been in business over 30 years, as you telling my husband. You would think you would get it right on the first time. So he goes on to tell me that, and so I said, it's just an inconvenience to me. I said, I don't even live in Austin. I stay in Manor. And guess what John said? John told me, I understand. I live in Round Rock, so I understand the commute. And I told John kindly, John, that's no concern of mine. I said, John, I am your customer. I'm your customer. So my whole thing with John is, you have no sympathy, empathy. You're for your customer. You understand what I'm saying? No apologies, no none of that. No, I'm sorry that this has been a inconvenience to you. No, well, let us give you a little of your money back. Nothing to try to make the situation right. You just got these little side smart remarks in all of this, right? So I say something about, well, maybe I just need to get this information and try to get with a lawyer or whatever. John don't care. John don't care at all. John was like, well, all I can tell you is you could bring it back in here and we can try to see if it's an actual leak or if it's just the car burping up the excess transmission fluid, right? So needless to say, here I am back again at AAmco, and I'm waiting on my daughter to come pick me up, because like I said, I've been bumming around for a ride because of they look funky 30-year services that they want to uphold this reputation. Y'all, if y'all have problems with y'all transmission, do y'all hear me? This is a PSA announcement. Do not bring y'all cars up here to AAmco. Y'all see this place right here? AAmco Transmission, Total Care. Y'all don't bring y'all car over here. It's on South Lamar. It's on South Lamar in Austin, Texas. If y'all want some good service, don't bring y'all car here. I'm telling y'all, this ain't no lie. This ain't something that I seen it for myself. I've been down here with my husband back and forth trying to get this issue resolved. And y'all, they suck. They suck. For their customers, they suck. And I just want somebody to know on here, because it does look like we're probably going to have to go to court behind this, because it just don't make no sense that they feel like they can take over $5,000 for somebody and just think ain't nothing gonna happen, and that ain't what y'all told us from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? People always trying to get over on somebody. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, y'all, my daughter has made it here, and I'm supposed to go ahead and get off of here so I can get in the car with her, and I gotta go leave my keys with them once again. And I will get back with you guys later. And like I said, if y'all haven't already subscribed to your girl channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Also, give your girls a thumbs up if y'all are feeling this content. And also leave your comments down below. Let your girl know what other kind of content that y'all are interested in. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Mwah.